Welcome on MGSS YouTube channel. I am Navkan Misra with you to discuss some difficult problems of exercise 11.2. Hope you have to enjoy this session. My dear student, there is a quadrilateral has been given, and this quadrilateral is ABCD. And actually in this question, several questions has been given in this question. First one has been given that name the pairs of opposite sides. First one is name the pair of opposite sides. And you know that what are opposite sides? I have already discussed in the early days that opposite side means non-adjacent sides are known as opposite sides. Again you have to revise. Non-adjacent sides are known as opposite sides. And non-adjacent sides, my dear, you can just see that four side AB, you know very well that AB and BC are adjacent side because any two sides which have a common vertex are known as adjacent sides. AB and BC has a common vertex B, and this is why AB and BC are known as adjacent sides. Similarly, AB and AD are adjacent sides because it has a common vertex A. Whatever, you can just see that AB and CD both are non-adjacent sides. Both are non-adjacent sides because they do not have a common vertex in them. This is why AB and CD are known as opposite sides. One pair of opposite side is AB and CD. And another, similarly, you can just solve for another pair. And another pair is actually AD and BC. AD and BC. AD and BC are also known as non-adjacent sides or opposite sides. So, how many pair of opposite sides are possible in the case of this quadrilateral? Actually, two pair. First pair is AB and CD, and second pair is AD and BC. And one thing also, AB and CD can be written as CD and AB, no problem. Is AD and BC can be written as BC and AD, both are same. So two pair of opposite sides are possible, and this is its name. That is the solution of the first question. Second question has been given that name the pair of adjacent sides. Pair of adjacent side, I have just discussed the pair of adjacent sides, and you know very well that any two sides which have a common vertex are known as a pair of adjacent sides. And you can just see that how many pairs AB and BC are adjacent side because it has a common vertex B. BC and CD are adjacent sides because it has a common vertex C. CD and AD are adjacent side because it has a common vertex D. And last one is DA and AB, also the pair of adjacent side because it has a common vertex A. And this is why how many pair of adjacent sides are possible? Actually four pair of adjacent sides are possible, and these are the names of these adjacent sides. Third question has been given pair of adjacent angles and then pair of opposite angles. Third and fourth questions. My dear, which angle are known as pair of adjacent angles? Actually, angle A and angle B are known as pair of adjacent angle because both are present, both having a common arm. Such angle which have a common arm are known as adjacent angles. You can just see that angle A are made up of two sides, which one? AD, and second one is AB. And you can just see that angle B having two sides or arms. First one is AB and second one is BC. And this is why you can just see that AB and AB having a common arm. So such angle which having a common arm are known as pair of adjacent angles. And how many pairs are possible in this quadrilateral? Actually 4 pairs are possible. First pair is angle A and angle B, because AB is a common arm, I have just explained. And angle B and angle C are pair of adjacent angles. Why? Because BC is a common arm. Then you can just see that angle C and angle D, because CD is a common arm, and angle D and angle A because AD is a common arm. So in these are 4 pair of adjacent angles are possible. The fourth question is opposite angles. These are 4 pairs of adjacent angles. And now it has been given in the question that opposite angles. Actually opposite angles means non-adjacent angles. And which two angles are known as non-adjacent, which having no common arm? And you can just see that for angle A pair, when you make the pair, then rest 3 angles are angle B, angle C and angle D. And you can just see that angle A and angle B are adjacent angle, I have just mentioned, because it has a common arm AB. Angle A and angle D are adjacent angles because it has a common arm AD. But in case of angle C, angle A and angle C are known as non-adjacent angles. Why non-adjacent angles? It is due to that angle A and angle C having no common line segment, my dear. Since A and C having no common adjacent sides, no common sides, this is why it is known as non-adjacent angles. So first, non-adjacent angles are also known as opposite angles. And this is why you can just see that first pair is angle A and angle C. Similarly, you can just explain for angle B and angle D. Since B and D having no common arm, and this is why angle B and angle D are known as opposite angles. And this is why the final result is 2 pair of opposite angles are possible. So third answer was adjacent angles. How many adjacent angles in the given figure? Actually 4 pair of adjacent angles are possible. Angle A and angle B, angle B and angle C, angle C and angle D, angle D and angle A. And how many opposite angles are, how many pair of opposite angles are possible? 2 pair of opposite angles are possible. Angle A and angle C and angle B and angle D are 2 pair of opposite angles, and opposite angles are also known as non-adjacent angles. Hope you have to enjoy this session, and in next video I will discuss rest of the questions and also some more topics regarding corresponding and alternate angles. Thank you very much. Keep watching MGSS YouTube channel.